Look, it doesn't matter if I asked you or not. It is all about honoring your word. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, let me get my song going. Hey, hey, I'm live at 5. 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 Come on inside of the StreamYard room. Yes, it's your girl, Denise Merriweather. I am here. I am in this space. I am ready to go. Let me see. I know it's probably my sissy out there giving me my dress and all the things. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being here. Look, things are starting to continue to change around me because my world is changing, because my word is dictating and asking and pulling me forth to take different actions. So listen, let's talk about this conversation about it does not matter if I ask you or not. Put it in the chat. I will honor my word. Put it in the chat. I will honor my word. Put this in the chat as well. I am word. Put it in the chat. I am word. Remember on Monday, we talked about how your word actually creates your world, not your world is there first. And then you decide what words you want to use in that world. Nope. Word comes first, then the world is created, right? We got that. And if you ain't got that conversation, go back and get it. So today, it's all about it does not matter if I ask you or not. So while I sit here and give you a conversation or maybe a concept about what it is and I'm talking about when I say it doesn't matter if I ask you or not, it's all about honoring your word. I will create a world for you. So since we've been working on our word, creating our world, again, my name is Denise Merriweather. I have created myself to be a parent, a mother, right? I had children. I have 2 girls, right? 2 labors of love. I have DJ and Samira. And in that world of word as mother, does it matter if my children ask me to feed them or not? That's the question. Does it matter if my children ask me to feed them or not? Does it matter if my children ask me to buy them clothes or to provide a roof over their head? Or because I live in the context of mother, those are things that a mother would do whether her children ask her to do them or not. Okay, so hopefully y'all feel where I'm going. It's going to be quick and I'm going to give it to you and it may sting a little bit, but you're going to be all right. You're going to get this whole thing, right? So if you have agreed to participate in any type of program, like we have this program coming, Durham, North Carolina. I'm in an a cappella singing group, a cappella singers adding praise. We call ourselves ASAP. We're having our farewell concert. The ministry's been going on for 33 years. Now, the question is, in order for me to get to North Carolina to participate in the program, you do know I need to drive there, fly there, take a bus there, train there. Now, no one has specifically asked me to drive, to fly, to take a train, to take a bus, to do anything. But because I committed to singing in the farewell concert, do you think it's already understood that I'm going to drive, fly, run, walk, catch a ride, take a train, a bus to get there in time to perform? Yes or no? So listen, it's the same thing for the things that you commit yourself to. While you, whatever role, the word of the world that you created, whatever role you took on, you said yes to, the whatever responsibility, title, or whatever that you wear, there are things that people are going to know to ask you to do. But then there's going to be some other things that they're not going to even know to ask you. They're not going to even feel like they need to ask you because they're going to believe that it's understood. But haven't you experienced someone saying that, well, I mean, you didn't ask me to do that? Yeah, I may not have asked you to do that, but then you know that needed to be done. And then you know, based on your title, the title that you wear, the world that you live in, that responsibility would be yours? Yes or no? Has that ever happened to you? So today, I just want to make it clear that when it comes to She said, yes, yes, absolutely. So when it comes to you honoring your word, it doesn't matter if I ask you or not, right? It's another part of integrity that we tend to not be aware of, or we don't like to talk about, right? So when we talk about integrity, right, the first thing is doing what you said you're going to do when you said that you was going to do it, right? That's number one. Number two is if you're not able to do what you said you was going to do when you said that you was going to do it, you need to communicate to me before the time comes on when you said that you was going to do it. Make a new agreement on when you're going to be able to do it, and then make me whole. Put this in the chat. Make me whole. Get me straight. Handle whatever inconvenience you may have caused me when you didn't honor your word. Yeah. Make up for the inconvenience that you caused me for not honoring your word. Yeah. Okay. But here is another kicker about integrity. If you are someone that's integrous, you also handle the things that people don't ask you to do that you know need to be done. Put it in the chat. I will handle the things that need to be done even when people don't ask me to do them. I know it's hard, right? Put it in the chat. 100% causing the matter. I get, and I don't want you to think, again, it's your job to do all the things. But again, you live in a world. You have responsibility or a commitment, right? That you said that you were going to do a particular thing. And this is probably one of the most challenging things being a manager or working with people. Like I do a lot of project management work, right? It's just my nature. If I come into a space, I'm bringing order to it, right? And if you don't want no order in the space, don't invite me, because naturally I'm going to see things that could be done to make order better. And I don't offer it really without an invitation, but I'm sure that I could probably see some things that if it was added, it could make a difference, right? So when you're actually planning or working on a particular project, some people like to have like a checklist. And I am very leery about giving people a checklist. Do you know why I'm so leery about giving people a checklist? Because of this right here, this right here, this right here, this integrity. Because some people want a checklist so they'll know what it is that they're responsible for, right? And their whole thing is, if you didn't say it, I ain't got to do it. But that's not being integrous. But that is why I don't like giving out a checklist. Why? Because there's certain things I may not think about, I may not even know to ask you to do, but because you have a particular experience, because there's a particular situation happening, instead of you waiting on my direction or looking at my checklist that I provided you, there may not be a solution on there to help you with what you're dealing with. I'm going to need you to use this right here. Use that, right? And if not given the space to use this right here, you'll rely on my list instead of thinking for yourself. Yes? Does that make sense? So I don't like giving lists during project management. And when I do have a list, it's a list for me of action items that I know that needs to be done. But I also understand that my checklist is fluid. Put it in the chat, it's fluid. Put it in the chat, it's fluid. See, when you get that there are things that happen in life as pop-ups, like life be lifing, and people have given you ownership of a particular area of whatever it is, and because there's some form of situation or something that you didn't plan, you feel like, well, you know what? This is not my project anyway. I ain't going to worry about it, or I'm not going to handle it, or whatever. That's not being integrous, and that's not honoring your word. And all I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if you've been asked to do it, if it falls underneath your jurisdiction. And let me tell you what the definition of falls underneath your jurisdiction. Meaning, if you are the person that know that something needs to happen, you need to be causing the matter. And remember, causing the matter don't mean that it's your responsibility to do it, to take the action, but it is your job to move it forward, to bring it forward. So if it's not underneath your bucket and it's not something that you do, then you would reach out to the person that responsibility falls on and say, hey, I know we might not have talked about this. You might not have even thought about this. But I think that you should do such and such and such and such. Or how do you feel about us doing such and such and such and such? And I think that this would fall, underneath the jurisdiction or the things that you have been given. Right? Right? It's your responsibility to move whatever it is for it into view. Because remember, the context, the place that people are living from, the lens that they live in, the paradigm that they're in, they can't see what you see. That's why a lot of misunderstandings, or sometimes when we assume that, oh my God, I thought they would have known that about me, right? Because you live in a particular context and you think everybody got who you are and how you move and what you believe and what you don't believe. Like people got their own context going on. And get this, you occur to people a certain way. So the things that people may be thinking about you, half of them may not be true, and half of them you probably don't want to be true, right? Because they could be judging you based on an occurrence, right? Something that happened one time, and now they have pigeonholed you, typecast you into a role that you wasn't even playing. But hey, hold on though. But you do know we are an act, right? Put it in the chat. I perform every day. Put it in the chat. I perform every day. Yes, you perform every day. You are in fact acting and performing. Very few of us walk around here super authentic. Do you get that? Half of the people, if we were authentic, I would say 10% of the time, if we were authentic 10% of the time, do you know how much freer our life would be? If we were authentic 10% of the time. We're not even authentic 10% of the time. We're always fronting. We're always acting. We're always putting on a performance. We're always playing a role of something, someone other than our true selves. Do you get that? And I get it. You may be playing this role for so long, you don't even understand that you're playing and you are an act. You're performing. Why? Because we're always concerned about how we're being judged by someone else if we were actually the person that we are. But eventually you will get that being the person that you are is the most effective, impactful person that you will ever be. It will be a person that you don't have to walk on eggshells for or figure out what's the right thing to say. If you are actually authentic, life will work all the time. But instead, you faking, you protecting, you avoiding, you're pretending. I hold myself out to be like, I tell on myself, right? I hold myself out to be strong, independent, and not needing nobody. When in fact, I'm sensitive, vulnerable. Well, I'm sensitive. I'm not vulnerable, but I'm sensitive. And I cry at the drop of a hat, drop of a dime. People can't even express some things that's happening in their life without me crying, right? That's the authentic me. But I hold myself out to be this person. I'm pretending that I'm just this strong, hard shell, hardcore Jersey girl. Now let me tell you, the act is real. The act is powerful. Now I've been playing her for a really long time. So don't come see me in the street and come try me. I was in Bible class last night and I was talking about how the property manager had the key and was walking up in here when my sister was on the phone, and I told him I was going to bash his head in with this golf club if he opened that door. Right? That was me protecting myself. I said it, and I meant what I said when I said it. But for some people, that's uncomfortable. And what I'm saying is, don't try me now. I will hit you in the head with this golf club. But I'm more afraid that someone was trying to attack me or assault me or do something to harm me. So I was trying to protect myself, but that's not who I am. I don't walk around here bashing people in the head with golf clubs. So don't try me. I'm just having a vulnerable moment with you to tell you, hey, we are an act and we're acting every day. Just be mindful that the people around you are acting as well. And it takes authentic openness, sharing to get people to let their walls down so you can see who they really are. But probably what you're experiencing at work or at play it's an act. It's not even them. And it takes it takes training in a safe space, learning how to create a safe space to get people to take their walls down. But look, let's get back to the situation at hand. Put it in the chat. It does not matter if I asked you or not, because it doesn't. If you want to be a person of your word, take it all the way. Honor your word, honor and be integrous, have integrity in everything that you do. If you know, again, just based on the context of the word or the commitment that you made, that you took on, right? Manager, wife, mom, project coordinator, sister, auntie, teacher, preacher, whatever the name, title, responsibility you took on, commitment, your driver, right? I was I was the driver for my girlfriend. She went to have a colonoscopy done. That commitment, me saying yes to that, meant I was going to get to her house. I was going to pick her up. I was going to take her to the appointment. I was going to wait while she was in the appointment. I was going to take her wherever she needed to go before she went home, make sure she had food and everything she needed in the house. Then I was going to drop her off, and then I was going to drive back. Do you think she asked me all those things to do? All she said was, "Hey, Denise, can you take me to my appointment?" Well, she didn't ask me to stay, so I could just drop her off and leave. See, that's how fake y'all are. But anyway, that's what y'all be saying. And what I'm saying is, when you know to do better, do it. When you know it needs to be done, do it. It doesn't matter if I asked you or not. So look, I didn't ask you to share this video. Share this video, because it don't matter if I asked you or not. Make sure you are here. Friday, I'm not going to be live. I'm traveling Friday. I'm headed to North Carolina. So look, you guys have an amazing, amazing rest of the week. Continue to honor your word. Practice integrity. Be all you can be. And be 100% cause in the matter. I love you guys. I see you guys on Monday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Enjoy. Thank you so much for being amazing to your children, a father figure, to people that's in your life, in your community. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do. We love you and we appreciate you. To all the fathers, the husbands, the people who are that stand in or represent fatherhood. Happy Father's Day. I love you guys. I see you guys next week. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live